Hi, everyone, and welcome to another Tuesday. I'm starting to get really excited about shooting these videos for you guys. Thank you guys so much for your viewership. Thank you so much for your recommendations. Thank you for your likes. And most importantly, thank you for sharing with someone who needs it. So let me quickly dive straight into what I have for you today, which I have titled Selecting the Right Vendor. I'm sure you know that selecting the right vendors plays a major role in the success of your event. Um, they are the team that work together that give that give what we see, that give the end result of what we see at events. And it's very important to select the right vendor for your event. So, which brings me to my points. The points that I'm going to be giving today about selecting the right vendor for your event. So, point number one, ask for recommendations from family and friends. You know, friends and families that have gone to other events or weddings, have attended other events or weddings, have come across vendors that they probably enjoy the quality of their service, the way their staff related with them, and many other things. So you can ask them for recommendations on this, especially those aunties that like to go to Owambe's. They have a plethora of vendors that they have come across, and they can recommend good ones to you. Also, you can ask your friends, especially friends that have gotten married maybe a few years ahead of you or just a few months ahead of you. You can ask them for recommendations, and I'm sure they'll be willing to do so. Which brings me to my second point. Don't just stop at asking them for recommendations. You can also get honest reviews, especially if they are vendors that you have found on social media. You know, social media is such a high buzz place. Sometimes the glitz and glamour that we see is not often all that is needed for the success of an event. It's usually the behind the scenes, what's going on behind the scenes, that is actually important. So, if you have found a vendor on social media, ask for honest reviews from brides or celebrants who have made use of them. Usually you find that they are following these people. So you can ask for honest reviews. Reach out to them on social media and ask them to give you honest reviews about the service of these vendors. Which also brings me then to my third point. Tailor your vendor selection to your budget. It's important that you know that your budget plays an important role in what vendor you select. You cannot decide to have a hundred guests. If you had 100 guests or 1,000 guests, you can't compare both events. You can't compare the budgets for both events. They are going to be totally different. And then you also have some vendors that are, luxury only. They deal with luxury, and then there are those that the checkbook is open, is an open check for those kind of vendors. They go with they what they do is, the client just says, come up with something for me and I'm willing to pay. But if that's not the case with you, what you can do is find a vendor that is willing to come to that is able to work with a realistic budget. Please make sure that your budget is realistic. You cannot expect to get, angels falling down from the ceiling, strobe lights, and giant centerpieces for maybe like 50,000 naira. That's impossible. You must be realistic with your budget as well when you're selecting your vendors. Which brings me to my last point. Ask your planner. Planners are there for a reason. They have worked with several vendors over time, especially planners that have had a lot of experience. 1, 2, 3, 4 years. Vendors have come and gone through them, so to speak, and they can recommend the one that will work well for you, work well for your budget, number one, and work well work well with you based on their characteristics and based on their services, their customer service. So ask your planner for a recommendation as well. I really hope that my videos are helping you guys a lot. Thank you so much for staying tuned and watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, and share. See you next week, Tuesday. Bye, guys.